We're testing out the new shinkos we put on my bike, in the front and the back. We got Danny, her stock bike, and my bike with 2 batteries, stock motor. The only thing that's not stock is, like I said, 2 batteries with a battery blender, and these Shinko tires. Alright. Mirrors are good. Oh, that's kind of annoying having my phone in my pocket right there. Just pedaling the bike all by itself with not using any power or pedal assist. It's really smooth. I'm on gear 4. It's a little tough because the bike's heavier now. We just stick it in 1 pedal assist. I think my bike is set for 50 kilometers an hour right now. So, if we can get up to 50, probably we might peak to 50. But I know for sure with these heavy tires and these heavy batteries and all this, I got tools in here as well, like a ratchet and stuff to take off the tires in case my tires, fall off from me putting them on. I don't really have back brakes right now because for some reason turning my bike upside down made the brakes get air in them for somehow. I don't know how, but it does that every time to the back brake. So I'm hoping I can squeeze the air out of it, maybe like it came back last time on its own. I just left it for a few months because I wasn't using my bike, and the back brake just kind of it's engaging on the dial there, very little bit. It's like touching. So right now we got lots of sand on the roads right now. And the street sweeps have not been out. So much sand, so we got to be careful cornering. Danny has to be careful more than me because she's got those old Ariel tires on there. Those, whatever they are, tires, Chinese ones. And they're kind of bald, her back one. So I'm in the heavy gravel shit now. And not having a back brake is kind of scary, so I'm going to not stick to the road really at all, because I only have a front to slow me down. It's this shit we got to be careful on right here that we're in. But with my tires, I get a little bit more grip with these babies, heavier, and they just have those meaty lugs on the side. Makes a huge difference. Because right now, this little, if you want to call it bike lane, which I wouldn't, has a lot of sand in it and nails probably. So I'm not even going to ride in it right now. I'm just going to watch for traffic and ride this white line here because there's no nails. I don't want to get any nails in my new tires. All the winter wash garbage is in there, so anyone who loses nails and stupid shit like that. Oh, front brake is a little squeak. Man, I hope my back brake comes back. I really miss using it. It's just nothing. We should be okay. We're sticking to the bike paths now. And we're not going to be going that fast. Unless there's a good straightaway where there's nobody and I can go really fast just to test the speed. Yo. Oh, that was that truck. I was going to say, what is that noise on your bike? Sounds like something's grinding on metal, but it was the diesel engine running on the truck. That was weird. Normally I know what a diesel engine sounds like, but I thought that was her bike for some reason. So my bike is a little bit too fast right now on pedal assist 1. It goes 19 kilometers an hour, or 20, because I have it set for 50 kilometers an hour. So if I set the max speed, right, for, let's say, 40 kilometers an hour, my max pedal assist will go down to like 15 on level 1. So yesterday I put my tires on my bike and I forgot a piece. It's like a little washer piece, but it's not a washer. It's It's a more thicker one that goes just on the axle like nut before you put the fork on your bike. I think it's clear. And I forgot that piece, but I put all the washers and the torque arm on there still. And I figured that was okay, but I was feeling a little bit of a bumpy ride at like above 40 kilometers an hour. Now I don't know if it's because these tires are just unbalanced or maybe the tube wasn't set correctly in them. This is my first time changing tires on a bike, so I don't feel as much. I mean, at slow speeds, it feels perfectly fine. I actually set up a little higher up too on the bike, so the bike's a little higher. So if you're really short, like my girlfriend is, like 5'5" or something like that, putting new tires like this on your bike when she can almost hurt, she's like tippy-toe when she reaches down, unless she wears like shoes. But if she wears boots, then she can put her flat feet down. But adding tires like this will just rises you up just that a little bit more, and it could make you not touch if you're really small, so watch it for that. But when I'm going from like here on and then off and then back on and then off again, these meatier tires just, you know, they grip that grass and that muddy areas a lot better than the stock tires do. I was riding in the woods the other day, just on some light trails and stuff like that. I was prepared to wait for them to pull ahead, and then, because there's nothing that says they have to stop for bikers, I don't think, unless it's just a law, which I kind of forget. I should know because I drive, but I stop for them anyway. So just, if you don't know, it's better to stop. Safe to be sorry. But anyway, what was I saying? I put the tires on yesterday, yeah, and I forgot a little nut piece, so I did it today and put it on. Now the ride feels a little smoother. Oh, I was talking about when I go in, yeah, the four-wheeling ruts. So I didn't go in any deep four-wheeling ruts, but there was a four-wheeling rut, you know, and it was muddy, and I went through the most shallowest part of the rut, so it wasn't like really deep, but it was still a little bit muddy. And normally with my normal tires, if there's a little bit of mud on this path like this, just from some rain, and I go right through it, the old tires, you feel the bike go like, it like slips like that, right? When I did it with this bike the other day, just coming up on your left. No. When I did it the other day, I didn't really feel any of that wobble and slip. So I really do think it's because of these deep lugs in these tires. Now there's times too when there's like the path is really, really thick, and you got to get off on the edge like this, going from like the gravel back onto the grass and onto the gravel. Sometimes there's a deep lip there, and fuck, with our old tires, going from that transition sometimes, especially at a higher speed, man, it makes the bike so unpredictable, and you can just crash so easily with them old garbage tires, especially the way hers are kind of bald right now. You can, in her back tire, you can see the pink. Well, we lost all of our sun. Supposed to go biking 4 hours ago, but it took me, oh man, these bikes, to get the axle back on the nut. Frig, I don't know if there's something wrong with mine or it's bent or something, but it is a pain in the ass. And this time I turned my bike upside down, like I said, to make it a lot easier. Because normally I just hold my bike up in the air with something, and then, but gravity is working against me at that point, right? So I decided to let gravity help me today, and from that result, I have no back brake. Well, I just squeezed it, and it's actually forcing me to slow down now. Interesting. Holy shit, this is actually pretty gnarly. Woo! So yeah, I'm really happy with these tires. Probably overpaid for them a little bit, so I'm not going to really tell you guys how much I paid for them personally. But that's what Amazon does to you. Sometimes they have like really cheap deals and stuff, and then the next day it's like 200% markup. So just be careful what you buy on Amazon. But these tires were new. They came a little bit faster than they said they would. They fitted my bike like people said they would, and my friends said they would. So I'm very happy with that. I went with these exact ones because the guy showed in the pictures a bike that kind of looks like mine, and it was a 20x4 tire, just like mine was. And he showed proof of pictures that it worked. So my friend confirming, other people on the Ariel Rider page confirming, and that guy's review, you know, all said that these were the ones to get. Got them. At first, they were so skinny when I got them because there was no tube in them, right? And I was like, oh shit, are these going to fit? I don't want to send them back. I don't send anything back when it comes to Amazon. Luckily, I've never had to, really, because everything I get I'm usually happy with, and it's never broken and shit like that. So I think actually one time I had to send a computer back, actually, and it was a pain in the ass through FedEx and all that shit. So I don't like sending stuff back. Let's crank up our speed here a little. It's getting really cold, but it's a good thing we brought some good gear. So I am pedaling a lot, but I need to do a bunch of tests because I've not ridden my bike in so long, and I'm kind of lazy when it comes to maintenance on the batteries, so they're probably not going to last me as long as they should. I've owned my bike for 2-3 years now, and the stock battery is still good though. With all the weight that I have on my bike, there's definitely, I'm not getting 60 kilometers out of my bike by pedaling it even, probably either. But with both my batteries and all this weight, I used to be able to get like 100 kilometers on my bike by pedaling, I think, not throttling. Stop here for a sec. So I'm wondering where we should go. I mean, that's a nice circuit going that way, and then we could be done for the day. Or do we just keep going into Peterborough? I almost would. That's a good test for these tires, maybe. I don't know. Our suspension always sucks on these bikes, though, for dirt roads that have potholes in them like this, though. So, I don't know. It's a long track, that's for sure. And there's lots of big hills to really test out the tires, the weight, the batteries, so maybe we should. Both my batteries are totally fresh today, so, well, except for my stock battery. It wasn't necessarily fresh, but I gave it a little bit of a charge, so. It's starting to come back a little bit, I feel like. I was doing 19 kilometers an hour, and I jammed on the brakes while still pedaling, and it was forcing the bike to slow down ever so slightly. So the brake is trying to overpower, you know, the everything else, because the brake, I don't think, oh, it does engage on the screen, but it's delayed. Heavily delayed. Yeah, let's go this way. I want to test out these tires on these back roads, and I really need a new shock, because roads like this that are dirt and bumpy they were just terrible. I've always wanted a Sur-On to come on dirt roads like this, and I still kind of do, because dirt roads like this, man, you could just fly up them with a Sur-On, and it's got so much power, the Sur-On. That's a kind of a problem with this bike that I'm starting to see now that I didn't know when I first got into e-bikes, right? Like, it's my first bike. Going up little inclines like this, there was a very, very slight, like, you could feel that the power was trying to, like, gonna need to, like, be like, oh, we need more power. The bike was gonna detect it needs more power, and, you know, I might have had to kick it up a notch. Ooh, I kind of felt it trying to slip there, but the meaty lugs were gripping. The cow farms over there. Well, so far, I don't know how her bike feels, but there's all this gravel and some of these little rabbit potholes, I'm not hating right now. Okay, we're getting a little bumpy. A lot of the thanks is probably due to these tires, though, on this type of road. And we have access to a lot of roads like this that you can just go as far as you want and fast as you want, and there's never any cops on them. And there's sometimes like farmers and stuff like that, and local people you gotta watch out for. You know, they drive fast around the corners and stuff. Sometimes they drift around corners like that one back there. But if you had like a good Sur-On or a good bike that's capable of these hills, and it's got lots of power, and it's good for these types of roads too, oh man, you can have so much fun. And these roads go, Well, all these dirt farmers roads, eventually they lead to all the main roads, right? So, a lot of them. This track we're taking will definitely put a lot of strain. It won't be very long. Like, to us in this video, it'll be like at least a 30-minute, 40-minute video, but it's not gonna be that long of a ride kilometer-wise. But how much battery power it takes up on our bikes, because of the well, I do believe, I don't know if anyone agrees with me or not, but driving on this type of terrain, even though it's like you can get smooth parts on the road, right? It's still harder for the bike to push on, like to push itself and all that weight in you on terrain that's like all gravelish, right? And stuff like that. You know, watch how slippery it is here. Ooh, go down and pedal assist. Go in the middle of the road here. Oh, there's another better spot over here. So it takes a lot more power for the bike to roll across this rougher terrain, is what I'm saying, compared to like the street. The street is nice and smooth. There's hardly any resistance other than the weight of your bike and maybe the wind, right? But when you're driving on roads like this, I believe, and grass and gravel, it's harder for the bike now to push your fat ass, you know? Shouldn't say those words, I guess, but shouldn't push yourself, or has to push yourself and all the weight that you're carrying, like I am right now, up hills like this. And they're not very steep hills, but hills like this are definitely killers on bikes like ours, if you're just throttling especially. I wonder how high of a speed we can get on her though, going up this hill, because she's a pretty 39. So we're capping at 39, and by the looks of it, with all this weight, we might go a little higher because we're on a straightaway now. $37, $36, $35, $34. Ooh. So if this hill was way longer, I was all the way up like 38, and then I just climbing the top of the hill, I went down to 34. So it's like if this hill was longer, I would have probably dropped down to like, I don't know how low I would have dropped before it would have kept dropping.
No, the battery dropped when I was accelerating up the hill.
Yeah, we'll do that because we're cranking out probably 2,000 watts on our bike. But I don't know, how is it for you? Is it really bumpy, the road, or is it okay?
Not bothering me at all.
For me, I'm not bothered either. I don't know if it's because of the tires or just because yeah, okay, ready? I am going to help my bike by pedaling it up these hills no more. Because that was, imagine coming up this hill, like, oh. I'd love to fly down this hill with the gravity taking me, but with only one brake, you know, if any of my tires start to come wobbling loose or something like that, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop in time, so. So yeah, I definitely have, going up hills like this kind of sucks. Just thinking here, because like I might need a more powerful motor to I mean, if I pedal, oh cows, if I pedal the damn thing, she conquers hills pretty good still. I just worry because, like, you know, all the weight in this bike is at the rear, and it's only 1,000 watts at the rear, so it doesn't have a lot of strength to, you know, start pushing my weight around, plus climbing hills like this that are rough terrain, plus I don't know if the road got more bumpy or is my tires, I don't know if that's a wobble there or what. Ooh. When I get a little bit further ahead, I might, my helmet's not on tight enough. Might get a little, stop a little bit and just check my nuts to make sure, the lug nuts on the bike, I mean, if it was a stock Ariel rider seat, you might want to check your real nuts too, because you might not have any left after fucking riding on roads like this for very long. So check both your nuts. But yeah, I gotta get out and make sure there's just not hand loose or anything like that, just from riding on rough terrain like this. So kind of reason why I wanted to go this way too. See, I wish both of our bikes, mine and Danny's bike, were pushing the same weight, like she had 2 batteries. Because then we could kind of do like an accurate test of what these roads do. Because the only difference between my bike then and hers would be the tires, right? Ready, and go. But yeah, so she doesn't have an extra battery for that weight, to drain. The more weight on these types of roads too, you're going to drain your battery so much more going up these hills and just driving on the road itself. So I'll just use the back brake. It's fully down and nothing's like happening. I better not like hold it down actually, because that might be adding more air into it or into the line, or draining the fluid out. There's a little spot over here I can pull over, I think. Ugh. Just gonna make sure everything's not hand loose and looking good. Still on the fork really well, yep. Oh. Yeah, I wish I had fucking back brakes, man. That's where I put my little trailer hitch, right there where the pegs go. Oof. If people want to see how I got an extension cable going from right here just all the way to the back where I have my battery blender up in there, if you wanted to know. So far we've done 6.9 kilometers and batteries are obviously still full. Hers are probably 2. Alrighty. Can't see where my camera's aiming. Oh, battery's almost dead on this thing. No, it's not strong enough to...
Don't look sharp at something or you'll be ripping it out of the...
But it's not charging it, I don't think. It's dying. Because it's only like a shitty USB port. Oh, we'll try. Everything was tight. No small plans. Somebody filled these holes with gravel. Uh-oh. Messed that up. Tighten my mirrors so they don't move. Okay, not throttling. Interesting. The bike sounds a little louder. Oh, I don't know if we fixed my chain. To unplug my mic to keep the GoPro charging, so I hope that you guys aren't getting a lot of wind. All the bugs are out and they're getting in my face. I didn't wear my shield helmet because I wanted to record. Somebody else on a bike up here? Oh, no, they're just walking. Hello. Man, the roads are really smooth for dirt roads right now. In some parts anyway. Back there it was nice and, like right here, nice and smooth from the just vehicles driving over it, I guess, in the rain. I don't know how much I want to keep helping my bike out because my legs are getting tired because I haven't ran in so long, and then I actually like full tilted tried to run like I could when I was like 21 and then realized I couldn't. Now my leg muscles are all burnt out and here I am pedaling this goddamn bike. Not that I don't like to. I appreciate the option of being able to pedal my bike and prolong both batteries for that much more further. Like if I just throttled this entire time, I don't know, I'd probably be down like 30% battery on both my batteries, like in total. Just from throttling the whole time. And these hills. Pedal assisting and helping the bike, you know, it conserves it a lot. That's one of the days I did like 103 kilometers before I had to charge or something like that. Just pedal assisting. There's no hills though. It was just all straight away on gravel and nice paths. 2 batteries, stock tires. But yeah, helping the bike up hills like this is definitely essential. And like I said, I appreciate the option of being able to pedal it and conserve my batteries when I want to. Or I can just use the throttle. Hey, get out of here. bike leaning to the right and the left. The washer snow car's coming behind me. Wheels don't fail me now and come off. We're going 37 down the hill, so now this corner is usually pretty slippery. Oh, it's fucking bumpy as shit, too. Bike was on pedal assist 4. I thought I was going to do a catwalk there. It's open farm fields now. Lots of wind. So sorry about that. It'd be nice if there wasn't so many properties around here and it was open fields and you could just bring your tent and just camp back here because it was all wild, like, lands. I would so fucking do that. Bring a little trailer behind me like I got. Bring our camp supplies and we can take you guys camping with us. We're going to plan on doing that at Warsaw because it's close by. And we can take back roads to get there. But I need to get a few more supplies to be able to do that. Like, I need a new tent, and I want to get a tent I've kept my eye on. That's quite expensive though, but our e-bikes will be able to fit inside of it at nighttime. Like, there's like a front foyer of the tent, and our e-bikes can go inside of it and be zipped up and stay out of the rain and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. And I want that tent. Other than that turn back there, that was my only hard, really area I didn't enjoy. These fenders I got are pretty good. I can hear the rocks ticking and hitting them. So with the stock fenders, I'd be getting hit in probably the eyeballs on the face right now. I got sunglasses on, but so the fenders are working a little bit better. We still get tons of mud on our backs though, because the fenders aren't long enough. They need to be longer. Stop that. Mud. But with 2 batteries on this bike and these tires, if you like pedaling your bike with pedal assist all the time, then this thing's a pedal assist monster. Like, I love it. It's great for that. But I kind of bought this bike because I wanted, I knew I would want a little bit more faster and power later on out of the bike. But I didn't want to have to buy a bike. I wanted to be like, buy one bike and that's it kind of thing, right? I didn't want to have to upgrade later on because I didn't like my bike. I like my bike. It's got a good throttle. Could be more responsive though. I don't think I'll be ever upgrading this bike to like a 1,000 volt motor or anything like that because I just don't know how, and I don't know if I want to do all the research of looking at what proper controllers to get and all that kind of stuff. So just got to be careful not to add too much more weight to the bike now with these tires, because I'm climbing up hills. It's definitely going to be hard on the motor in the future, in the long run, especially when you're towing a bunch of weight. Back here. So this part of the ride might be edited out. Nice garage. Like, I know when I lean forward on the bike and put my weight better forward like this, you can feel like the way less stress on the motor trying to giddy up and go. But when I first bought a bike, I wanted it to be a little bit capable of speed, but I didn't want to be going, I knew I didn't want to be going fast and things like that because I was really superstitious about the law. You know, you had to obey it 100%. Not knowing now that there's a lot of flex room in the law when it comes to bikes. So, but I didn't know that at first, and I was really superstitious about it. And no matter what anyone tells you when you're superstitious about something, you're just going to go with what your gut tells you, right? But you know, now I know that laws are way more lenient to what types of bikes you can have and how fast you can go and things like that. So I like this bike for being able to pedal and for the street. Taking a nice little, you know, if I was going with my brother or his kid on his e-bike, you know, we don't need to be going 40 kilometers an hour when she's riding with us, obviously, right? So going for a nice little pedal on the bike is pretty cool. And I don't want to have to learn how to put a pedal kit on a Saran or a Throttle or something like that if I get one. So I think I would really love still a Saran or something like that, though, for roads like this. Like, I don't want to push my bike faster than this because I feel like I'm just going to own the battery. Like, we still have quite a bit of a journey to go. And, I want to make sure she has enough battery when I get home. I probably won't even go down like 1 or 2 meters. So. But now we're just throttling since we turned that last corner back down. We've been throttling the whole time around. I could try to keep it around 30. Technically, our legal limit is 32 for like the roads and probably, you know, bike trails and stuff like that. But I would love to fucking just gun it with the Saran down the road like this. You know, you got all that power, you got that speed. The tires grip really well. I mean, mine are pretty close to what some people have on their Sarans and stuff like that now too, compared to my girlfriend's tires back there. But I definitely would love a Saran still to rip down roads like this. I'd save my bike for, you know, the road and the smooth trails, because the shock and everything else on this, the seat on this bike is not very good. To get another seat from the States, United States, you know, it's like $500 by the time I'm done customizing a seat, and maybe like $350 to $450, somewhere around there, and I don't really want to pay that. It's the conversion rate that gets you, and then there's like $70 in shipping. And then the seat starts at like $300, just a basic seat. So other than cows, no. But yeah, I've adjusted my forks and stuff like that a little bit, and they seem a little better for going on roads like this. I used to hate this, but now I don't hate it as much, other than my ears being freezing cold. Probably all thanks to the tires a lot, and next is the suspension upgrade. Just the rear suspension. And then after that suspension upgrade's done, I think I'm done with upgrades for my bike, other than like handlebars and stuff for the handlebars. I'm not going to do anything else to my bike. I'm going to try to save up for a Saran. I want to be able to drive in the back of my woods too, behind my house. And I did it with this bike on the grass trails. It's okay on the grass when you're going through grass and a little bit of dirt, but there's a lot of four-wheelers that rip back there, and they have deep ruts in there. And I know a Saran's probably not going to go through deep mud either, and that's not what I'm, you know, talking about. But a Saran has already got a lot of power for how light it is. Well, not really light it is, but it's already got a lot of power. And my bike had power, but it's got less now for adding more weight to it. That's what I wanted to say, you know. It's got less power because of all the weight I added to it. And the Saran is just great the way it is, in my opinion. I can rip in the woods, and it's just nice and cool. Ooh, I might have to take off my helmet down here and put on my hood so I can get my ears warm. Kilometers an hour seems like a pretty, like, for on the road, it's decent speed. If you're going a long distance on the road, though, this does feel like it takes forever. So 35 kilometers an hour is what in miles per hour? So like another, so you know, this would be about 21 or 22 miles per hour for people in the States. So 36 is probably like 24 miles per hour or something like that. And I think people in the States claim that their bike can do 35 miles per hour to 37 or something like that. So in kilometers an hour, that's almost like, that's like 53 maybe, or like 60, somewhere around there. 53 to 60 kilometers an hour. I have pushed my bike to 55, I think, or 52, but it peaks at that speed and then drops down to like 47, so. Especially with these tires, it drops even lower, I think, now. I want a bike for going in the woods with a little bit too in the wood paths, and this, how heavy this is. It's got great tires for it now, but for how heavy it is, it's not really good for that. Now, if I took off one of my batteries and didn't bring the toolkit, then we're fine for going off into the woods for a quick little run behind my house. But if I want to like drive my bike all day long and then go through some wooded areas and then hit more of the trail and then, you know, kind of thing, that fucking thing gets a little tough to have enough battery power to do all that. Oh, maybe put my hood on. My ears are freezing. So we've only done 15.1 kilometers apparently. And we're just gonna. Hopefully my camera wasn't up too high. We're just stopping at this little area right here. I don't want to stay there. Oh, I'll stop filming. Alright, from the direction we came from back that way, a guy just came by in his car, and he just said that there was a black bear back there. So that's kind of, he said it was like a small one or something like that, but yeah, he said there was a black bear back there. Just ran off into the woods from the direction we just came from. I'm hungry. I'm sure the black bear is too. The black bear doesn't chase us, because I don't know if this bike has enough like torque and power to run a fucking bear, especially for very long either. Probably because cougars have to chase people on bikes, especially. But with this horn, that should scare them away. It's pretty fucking loud. Didn't know there's dogs there, or else I barked like my horn. Holy boy, every time we come out in these roads, it's fucking freezing out. It took me so long to get going today, put my bike back together. I didn't want to take it for a ride when there was that missing part on it, because although as easy it would have been and convenient as it would have been to just get on it and ride when we had the sun, I would have regretted it later if the fucking tire came off and crashed and broke all my limbs. Ooh, you guys aren't gonna like this. Take off my jacket. Fuck. So much wind. I can't even have my mic in to get rid of it. But going on the road when cars are coming behind me, right, I usually get off a little bit like this And sometimes transitioning on to gravel, like I can feel it trying to slip a little bit, but the tires are gripping. Like, I don't know, I didn't feel it trying to slip. I just felt I felt something that was unsettling, that I was like, okay, I better get out of this gravel before the tire bails out on me completely. And I'm doing 29 kilometers an hour, which is kind of fast to be riding in gravel areas. I don't think I would do that with the old tires I had on, though. No fucking way. So hopefully when I drive in the gravel, Danny doesn't like follow me thinking there's a car coming behind, because it's dangerous for her bike to drive in this gravel shit. I kind of want to drive in it, banking the turn a little bit hard, but if I bail, like, it's gonna fucking hurt. And my bike will be all smashed up. That mirror will be gone. I'll have to get another one. To my triangle battery, because it's only held in with Velcro, and you know, when you come slamming down hard on the road with just Velcro, it tends to break off. Might try to invest in one of those bags people keep talking about that you can put your triangle batteries in. I hope it's sunnier tomorrow to go biking and do another video. Definitely stopping at Tim Hortons. This is bullshit. And McDonald's. I'm fucking hungry now. Oh no, my mom's got a nice chicken dinner at home. So we got some more hills to conquer here. We're going 31 and pedal assist 5. We're on the home stretch of going home now, so I wonder if I should just kick off pedal assist and use throttle now. 17 kilometers, and we'll throttle the whole way home. So Danny's quite far behind me, because she's probably only conquering this hill at like 28 kilometers an hour to save battery power. Because she might have noticed her battery gauge is going down to halfway by now. We'll see. Lots of wind resistance, so that's more drainage on the bike. Oh, we're gonna get some momentum going on this hill. Easier it will be on the bike and lean forward on hills like this and from the wind. So at this speed, while I was doing 39, she's a little bit bumpy on the handlebars. You can see my hand jiggling a little. That was a big jump, or it could have been a jump if I actually would have been going faster. 39, 40. How fast can we go? 41, 39, 38, 37. So I think my bike caps out at 57 now, and I have it set for 50 when I'm going up hills like that. That was even not the toughest hill either. How's your bike battery doing? How's your battery doing? Oh, I was doing 37 up that. No, yeah, 37 is the max I can do up hills, I think, before my bike.
Locked at 36.
Well, my bike's set up for 50, but I can only do 37 up the hills with all this weight.
I know your dirt line's actually maxed
It'll cap at high speeds, right? But it won't maintain those speeds, obviously. I shouldn't have to put my faster than normal, but man, it feels great passing her on like when there's gravel in the middle. Not sure if I would have had the confidence before. The old tires. Going uphill though, you do miss that greater speed though. Like fuck, only 37 going up hills, and the longer the hill. So you can only imagine a hill that's like that or something like that, and it's like it's gonna take you like you have to pedal going up it, or else the bike will probably just die. We got a big hill coming up here, so, and we have to stop at a stop sign and then kind of like give it full juice. Okay. So coming off the road and then going back on it like that, I don't mind it now with these tires. Or my old tires, I would have been like, nope. Good. Try to get us some speed. Whew, dang. Okay, we're gaining speed again, though. That's good. But holy. I'm impressed. We actually ended up going 40 up the hill. We just kept climbing. We went down a little bit, but then we got a straightaway, and then we just kept climbing. I'm actually impressed with that. I want to be able to do 40 up the hills, because then you're just taking forever to get up a hill, and my tire feels a little weird here. I don't know. Definitely need that new spring. The bike does feel a little bit off balance on one side when you go around corners and you're banking them like a motorcycle. And I love doing that because it's fun, but the tires are a little bit off balance a little. But yeah, we throttled up and down those tough hills. Quite a bit. I should have used throttle the entire journey because I don't feel like I'm down any battery power at all, guys, which is fucking amazing if that's true. Like, I still got some good acceleration on the bike. I'm very impressed with that. Alright, clear. Ooh, that was a nice sharp turn, and I grew up pretty well. I like it. Except for that, gotta fix that. When I went around the transition from on the road and around the corner, I kind of like banked it like that nicely, and no slippage at all, but it was paved. Ugh, sucks not having brakes. Well, so like all my batteries still say full for what we did today. But once you throttle the bike, I'm sure they'll go down maybe one battery. So I probably we went 23 kilometers, not very far, but those hills we went on were very hard on the bikes for all the weight we got. So I only went down probably maybe one battery cell on both my batteries, if that. Her screen says she went down 2 cells, but the battery probably says full. So yeah, so she's probably at high 3, low, or a high 2, low 3. So she probably has high, like 2 cells left, low 3. So when she throttles, it probably goes down from like 3 to 2, 3 to 2, 3 to 2. So all those hills we conquered, you know, did a number on her light. Her bike is really light, right? Just stock. So mine has all that weight, but it has 2 batteries. So with the 2 batteries, even with the heavy tires, I still didn't really go down in a lot of battery power for compared to where her bike did. You know, it went down. So we got that.